Lea Thompson blasted her ex-fiancé Dennis Quaid for endorsing and supporting Donald Trump. The actress, 63, shared her reaction to a video on X, formerly Twitter, of Quaid at the former president's campaign rally at Calhoun Ranch in Coachella, California. The day after he took the stage and gave a speech at the rally on Saturday, she reposted the clip alongside a confused face emoji and wrote, "I was engaged to him." In her tweet, she also included the hashtags #VoteBlueToes, Stop the Stupid, and Crime Is Actually Down. In the clip, the 70-year-old actor who announced he would vote for Trump in May took the stage to give a speech and told the crowd to pick a side. During his speech, Quaid said to the crowd, "Are we going to be a nation of law and order or wide open borders? Which is it? Because it's time to pick a side." Thompson's tweet included a hashtag about how crime rates have decreased under the Biden and Harris administration. Looking back, Thompson is now seemingly perplexed and perhaps regretting her past engagement to Quaid. Thompson was previously in a relationship with Quaid for 5 years until they ended their engagement in 1987. The Back to the Future star got engaged to Quaid in 1984 and was set to walk down the aisle to marry him until they split 3 years later. The former couple's romance dates back to 1982 after they met on the set of Jaws 3D. Thompson met her now husband, Howard Deutsch, on the set of Some Kind of Wonderful in 1986. After her engagement to Quaid ended in 1987, her friendship with Deutsch, who is 11 years her senior, turned romantic. She and the film director, 74, went on to tie the knot in 1989 and welcomed 2 daughters together, Madeline Deutsch, now 33, and Zoe Deutsch, now 29. As for Quaid, he was married to P.J. Soles from 1978 to 1983, Meg Ryan from 1991 to 2001, and Kimberly Quaid from 2004 and 2018. He married his current wife Laura Savoy, 31, in 2020. At the location of the famed music festival, her ex had declared that the presidential election is a vote between TikTok and the United States Constitution this year. "I'm here to tell you that it's time to pick a side," he said. "Are we going to be a nation that stands for the Constitution or for TikTok?" Quaid also lamented the loss of a nation that used to have cheap cash and was exporting oil to our allies and our friends. While on stage, he also spoke about his recent starring role in portraying the 40th President of the United States, Ronald Reagan, in the biographical drama titled Reagan, which was released in August 30th. He told the crowd that while Reagan was his favorite president of the 20th century, Trump is his favorite president of the 21st. California is not only typically known to vote blue, but is also Vice President Kamala Harris' home state. Previously, Quaid endorsed the Republican candidate during the press tour for his movie Reagan in early September. Back in May, he said he ultimately changed his mind and decided to vote for Trump because of the weaponization of the justice system and his policy record. "I think I'm going to vote for him in the next election," Quaid told host Piers Morgan of Piers Morgan Uncensored. "It just makes sense." He continued, "I was ready not to vote for Trump, until what I saw is, more than politics, I see a weaponization of our justice system and a challenge to our Constitution." He also shared a story about his housekeeper Josie, who he said was here illegally for over a decade, using her sister's identification. He recalled that Josie worked for us and lived in fear that she would be deported during the many years she worked for him and his family. Quaid said that he volunteered to sponsor her and help her become a U.S. citizen only after Trump was elected. During his speech, Quaid said that the fairy tale called Harris and Biden now just doesn't work. 4 years ago, peace in the world was not just some kind of fairy tale either, he continued. Peace in the Middle East, Trump actually was right on the verge of accomplishing the Abraham Accords that would have recognized Israel by Saudi Arabia and other Middle East nations, and would have had us on the road to peace that we have been so trying to get to since the biblical times of Ishmael and Isaac. Up next, for the final stretch of his campaign, Trump will be hosting a campaign rally at Madison Square Garden in New York City in the week leading up to November 5th.